Uh, this is a 35 years old male. Complained of left flank pain for 3 months. Off and on pain, left flank, sudden onset, severe colicky type. There wasn't any radiation of pain or associated aggravating relieving factors.
So whether he required hospitalization for this kind of pain, or whether the pain was relieved on kind of medication, because it is on and off, whether the pain was relieved on medication or it was non so.
He was never hospitalized.
Okay. So can he whether the pain was
Hello.
whether the pain was so any whether the pain was associated with any vomiting, nausea, whether he had history of pyorrhea associated with flank pain, whether he had history of fever along with flank pain.
There is no such history.
So he had no surgical history also, and no comorbidities.
No comorbidities.
Okay, and he was no. So does he have constipation?
There's no such history.
Okay. Any history of trauma in the past? The recent history of trauma?
No such history.
Okay. Then I would like to proceed with.
Rhinophagy, what does it sound like?
Yes, sir.
What does it sound like, history?
It seems like a 35-year-old male with no history of, left flank pain, without any history of lower unit symptoms and fever. It seems to me like a case of ureteric or renal calculi, or an undiagnosed or recently diagnosed uretropelvic junction obstruction, like that, sir.
Okay, fair enough. Which is number one in your list?
Sir, I will go with ureteric calculi first, then renal calculi. Second, third will be UPJO, and fourth will be ureteric stricture. It seems to be.
Well, how did he get ureteric stricture? Idiopathic.
Idiopathic.
How do you get idiopathic strictures? Like in the urethra.
So, sir, he may have some lower urinary tract symptoms in the past, which may got.
Nothing, man. He said nothing at all. Everything he said, no such history, no such history. Everything you asked him, Soumya said no such history.
Okay, so then I will be keeping only 3 diagnoses right now.
You don't want to keep malignancy. Morning, Sujata. You don't want to keep malignancy.
No, somebody came home at the last minute.
You have to eat them breakfast.
No. She's shifting downstairs, so she wanted to see my house.
Right.
So any constitutional symptoms were present, like weight loss, breathlessness, or chest pain?
No constitutional symptoms. There is no such history.
Or it can be a cyst also, sir.
Cyst?
Yes.
Okay.
Renal cyst.
What sort of cyst can it be then?
It can be a exophytic renal cyst, sir. Enlarged to such a variety that it is causing a colicky pain.
What sort of other cyst can it be?
It can be a cyst with calculi or cyst with hemorrhage, or it can be a complex cystic structure, it can be a complex cystic structure, sir.
Complex cyst with hemorrhage.
Yes.
What else can it be?
Yes, sir.
Any other condition? A lot of conditions can give rise to recurrent pain like this, no colicky pain. Everything doesn't have to be stone.
Or it can be non-renal cause also, sir. Like
No, we will stick to renal cause only.
What not to tell me?
Reasonably healthy adult. He's had no constitutional symptoms, nothing else wrong with him. He's got some vague left line pain.
I told ureteric calculus, renal calculus, I told UPJ, I told cystic disease, and I told complex cystic disease.
Can he have polycystic disease?
Yes, sir, he can have polycystic disease.
Can he have angiolipoma?
His age is 35. He can have polycystic disease.
No, can he have angiolipoma?
It seems less, sir. He is male and 35. He can have.
You don't know anything else. He just had a history of pain, no?
Yes, sir. No, he
You not examined him. You not examined him to know if there are any other supporting features, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's carry on with the physical.
Yes, sir.
Examination was normal.
Vitals, no palloriferous sinus. No mass and no lump also. Genital.
This is the usual, no? I mean, most of the patients you don't even have to put your hand in the urology in the OPD. How many times you get up to examine the patient in your OPD?
All patients of blood sleep.
But do you examine everybody, man? Who comes?
I don't think so, sir.
That's why I'm asking. You take history and you say do scan and come, isn't it? Do blood test and come. Itna busy OPD mein you can't get up and go and see everybody examine. So most of the time, because the examination findings are negative, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway. So what will you do now? Have you changed your diagnosis or you still maintain the same diagnosis?
Still remain on the same diagnosis.
Okay. Very good.
I would like to get the investigations in the form of CBC showing HP and total leukocyte counts and serum creatinine electrolytes and urine routine microscopy.
Why do you want to do electrolytes?
Sir, just to sum up with serum creatinine.
Just to sum up, 150 rupees. Some hospitals 280.
Sir, if
He's a healthy khatta fellow, nothing wrong. Why you want to electrolytes for him?
okay, sir.
No, you can't say, you can't say okay like that. I mean, you have to be discerning in whatever test you want to do. No, electrolytes are not cheap.
So serum creatinine.
I concede. Serum creatinine I concede because he's come to urology.
HB and electrolytes and HB and total leukocyte count and urine routine microscopy.
Why total leukocyte count? Has he got fever? Has he got this thing? Anything else?
Sir, he has no features showing any infectious symptoms.
Right.
But HB along with total leukocyte count might suggest some kind of impending UTI the patient might having.
Basically, it has become routine. That's why we are doing everything. Isn't it? Hemogram, complete hemogram required. What test is most important here in this patient? Of all these tests, which is the most important?
Sir, serum creatinine.
Right? That also may not be most important. He's a healthy fellow, nothing wrong with him. Examination is normal. Look at his weight, height, everything. Blood pressure normal. 65 kg. Good blood pressure. ECOG 1, nothing wrong with him. What test is more important than creatinine in this patient?
Sir, urine routine micro can show pus cells.
Urine analysis. That is most important. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Supposing urine analysis is normal, what will you do? creatinine is normal, urine analysis is normal.
Sir, if it is all things are normal and still he complains of pain, I would like to go with an ultrasound kidney, ureter, and bladder. Sir.
Oh.
Because still no supportive features has been there for my diagnosis. So before investigating him through a major investigation.
Supposing you are working in some place for your bond in Maharashtra, you got bond in Maharashtra, no?
Yes, sir.
You go, they send you to some place, there is no ultrasound machine, what you do? It's not working, it is there, but somebody destroyed the board and they are waiting for repairs. So most district hospitals have an ultrasound machine now, but sometimes it doesn't work.
So the images were not good, so we have not added.
Solve it. The question is asked, the ultrasound is not working. What will you do?
Sir, if the pain is severe and I will admit that patient and I will
Investigation.
Investigation.
And sir,
Ultrasound not there.
X-ray KUB, sir.
X-ray KUB. Very good. What are the features of the X-ray KUB which will suggest that this fellow has got renal pathology?
Sir, any obvious radio density seen in the renal or in the ureteric region or in the bladder region? Any radio density?
Any other findings on the KUB which will suggest he's got renal pathology?
Sometimes you can see the renal shadow also, and it is enlarged in the opposite side, that can be suggested.
Very good. Anything else you see?
So loss of impression of psoas shadow, sir. It also suggests that the kidney is enlarging.
Loss of impression of psoas shadow plus something else. On its own, it can be a useless X-ray. Loss of psoas shadow along with something else.
Anything in the spine?
Along with something else in the KUB.
What happens in renal pathology? Spine.
Enlarged renal silhouette along with obliteration of the psoas shadow. Just obliteration of psoas shadow is just poor penetration of the X-ray. Yes. What else will you see? KUB.
Sir, spine.
What will you see in the spine?
Maybe.
What is this word for it?
Lordus.
Lordus?
Yeah.
What will happen to the spine because of pain? Pain in the renal region.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, that will straighten up.
It is already straight.
No, ma'am.
Straight normally.
That curvature will because of the pain that paraspinal muscles will contract, and that will lead to
X-ray, Baba. That's what madam was asking. What is the X-ray finding in such a situation?
What is the name? X-ray finding.
scoliosis.
Scoliosis, yes. What else can you see on the KUB?
And sir, urethral pathology. Like,
We are talking of left flowing pain. Man, he doesn't have anything wrong with urethra. We are talking of left flowing pain this patient has, You said all the features. What else?
spinal anomaly or spinal.
Spine, scoliosis, and what else?
What is in the kidney? Can you see?
Calcification. If the cyst is there, we can see a
Calcification. Right. What else can you see? Baba, KUB used to be the only investigation that we could rely on those days before all these fancy images came.
Loaded colon also.
Huh?
Loaded colon pieces.
Okay, loaded colon. Very good. What else? We'll go on like this. What else? What else? Don't worry.
Smith has given a very nice work.
General Immunology by Smith, Donald Smith. One Lang publication, still small, very easy reading. Before the exam, a lot of people read it. Before NEET also they read it.
Yes, sir.
What else?
What are the diagnosis you said?
Ma'am,
Uretary
calculi
renal,
I
what
showed.
else you said? Cyst you
Cyst
said. What else you said?
UPGO.
UPGO. So can UPGO be seen?
Ma'am, dilated I told you.
What?
Sellout will be dilated.
The kidney sellout, why should it be dilated with UPGO?
Pelvis.
What else can you see? What else happens in the kidney if you're not
We are talking about a very good quality KUB, okay? Not some rubbish KUB.
Yes, sir.
Can you see a malignancy?
From the
Why do you see PCC on the KUB?
Ma'am, baki exophytic lesion we can see, but
So
that
what is there in renal malignancy which is seen on KUB?
calcification.
You see calcification.
Gold.
You see this calcium outline. Can you see a headache?
Can you see something in the diaphragm? Diaphragm. Related to there may be something, the diaphragm on whichever side, this fellow got left loin pain. Left loin.
What is the level of the diaphragm on the left compared to the right? Up? बराबर उल्टा?
Right.
Right up है या left up?
Right is up, left is down. So if left goes up, then it suggests that something beneath is causing that cause that up. So after upper pole lesion, some upper pole mass lesion of kidney can cause it.
Right. Can you see something around the kidney?
Other if GUTB, then putty kidney.
All that you will see all that. You mentioned that in calcification.
Around the kidney.
You see, around the kidney, you have the capsule, then you have the fat, and then you have the gerodiscation, isn't it? And in certain inflammatory conditions, you will see that. You will see actually obliteration. And you will see sometimes an air, like a lucency around the kidney. So, X-ray KUB gives a lot of information. It's just that it is supplanted today by imaging, by a different style of imaging, and therefore it doesn't become of importance at all in day-to-day management. And therefore the quality of the X-rays also are bad. Anyway, you will do ultrasound.
Yes.
Okay.
So the images of ultrasound were not good, so we have not added the ultrasound images.
But you have the findings?
CT images we have.
Oh, very good. We have advanced bus. No ultrasound was done for this patient. No KUB was done also for this patient. So what was done, you think? Huh? Sorry?
It is I'm reading the report, sir. Please.
Okay.
Urine
KUB and ultrasound was not done for this patient.
We will keeping renal pathology, renal or ureteric pathology in mind. We will do CT urography. We will go ahead.
You will do what?
CT urography.
CT urogram. Okay. You don't want to do CT of the abdomen. You will just say CT urogram and that fellow will give you 2-3 X-rays. That's all.
Sir, in CT urography, we plain and delayed films.
You tell him exactly what you want. There are many fellows who will charge you only for CT urogram, that's all. And they will leave the rest of the films in their gantry. That's all, in their computer console.
Urine examination.
Urine exam? Normal, huh? Very good. Anyway, show him the CT scan.
Good. Please go ahead. Delete means. Sir, in this CT scan, it appears to me that right kidney and ureter seems to be normal. I could not make in the delayed film the lower part of the that mid distal part of the right ureter is not ossified as much. Coming to the pathology in the left kidney, there is mild to moderate hydronephrosis with dilated ureter, and the dilatation is more in the ureter in the lower in the mid and the lower ureter, distal ureter, which there is approximately there is thinning, there is narrowing of the ureter at the level of proximal to the VUJ, approximately 1 or 1 to 2 centimeter. There is a narrowing of the ureter at proximal to the VUJ, but the opacification is present over there also, and the contrast is going in the bladder. The shape of the bladder is not fully distended, and the shape of the bladder seems abnormal. So my diagnosis would be left-sided mild to moderate hydroureter nephrosis with.
Well, there is no name for this condition.
Yes, ma'am, there is a name for this condition. It could be a obstructed megaureter. Primary, because no.
It could be or it is?
It is, and patient does not have any lower urinary tract symptoms. It seems to be a primary obstructive megaureter.
Why are you saying primary? You yourself said bladder is abnormal.
Ma'am, it seems to be abnormal, but not in the other different films. It is not being seen, ma'am, very clearly.
What other corroborating evidence do you think that it is not a bladder pathology?
Sir, he does not have any lower urinary tract symptoms.
That doesn't tell you anything.
He does not have any.
That is the most important thing. Total absence of any lower urinary tract symptoms, either currently or in the past, would negate a history of any pathology of the bladder causing that urinary tract. What is the other evidence that this is not a bladder problem?
You see the films again. What is the problem?
Show me the other films for the bladder in the coronal section only, or in the transverse section. In the transverse section.
Feel it is abnormal. Then why are you saying primary?
Corroborative findings are not present.
Corroborative findings may not be always present.
Many lower urinary tract. Yes, ma'am. Maybe the thickness of the bladder is more thick wall bladder. or maybe diverticular present with some kind of bladder obstruction. These findings suggest that there is some kind of pathology. But it seems like in the transverse section it seems kind of normal, but
Disturbance, eh?
the coronal section elongated. Yes, it seems to be somewhat elongated. The ureter, in this section, the ureter is abutting the bladder. It is not going in the bladder. So in the lower sections, we can see specifically that structure area, that narrowing area. In this. Yes.
Opening in the bladder.
Yes, ma'am. It is not ectopic. No. Yes, ma'am. It is opening in the bladder.
Where did you see the opening?
See, one of the strong features of something being unilateral is that in patients who have bladder pathology as a cause of that unilateral problem, invariably it's bilateral. Most of the problems with the bladder is the primary source of issue of the condition. The problem is bilateral, especially non-malignant conditions. Certain malignancies, yes, you can get unilateral involvement of the ureter, TCC, occasionally carcinoma of the prostate. Even carcinoma of the prostate, invariably it is bilateral hydronephrosis. So, it's these are absence of LUTs, the fact that this is unilateral, and you can see that the terminal end of the lower ureter is narrowed compared to the rest of the ureter. If you think that this was reflux, you would expect the lower ureter to be wide, isn't it? To result in widening of the upper ureter. Okay? So it's not that. And if you look at the full bladder films with contrast, you will be able to make out as to how much of contrast is there. If it is refluxing, whether the contrast is going up into the ureter, such a wide ureter. If there is such a wide ureter, it can't be grade 1 reflux. It has to be grade 4, minimum grade 4, grade 5 reflux. And then you see the contrast going up. And if there is grade 4 or grade 5 reflux, what will happen to the kidney? Will it be functioning? Invariably not. So you see, you have to put all these corroborating evidence to say that this is not a primary bladder pathology. This is primarily a ureteric pathology.
What is the type of this diuretic?
Ma'am, there are 3 classifications which we commonly come across of the definition of megaureter. According to the King's classification, it is a primary. According to the Smith's classification, it is non-refluxing obstructed, and according to Pfister-Handren classification, it is type 2.
Wait, but power is saying non-refluxing.
Ma'am, abhi sir has told that no features suggestive of reflux. But we have to do a VCUG to see whether the reflux is present or not.
What is the feature on CT which will tell you that there is reflux?
Ma'am, lower ureter has to be lower ureter.
Lower ureter
Even bilateral.
Can be a
Can you get one variety of wide ureter which is both refluxing and obstructed? You've forgotten that variety. There is a variety of megaureter which is both obstructed and refluxing in the classification, isn't it? You have obstructed, you have refluxing, you just have wide, non-obstructed, non-refluxing, wide ureter, and you have refluxing and obstructed ureter. 4 categories.
So on CT, what will be the feature of reflux?
Sir, ma'am, in CT, the reflux, we can see that heteroureter is grade 1, 2, or 3 reflux. We can see the contrast going dilated lower ureter or dilated ureter in the whole tract, both sides, or only on one side if one side reflux is there.
Dilated in the whole tract. What is the other feature?
Other features of tortuosity of the ureter can be seen, ma'am. And tortuosity later giving rise to a uretropelvic junction obstruction can occur.
What about the kidney?
A loss of papillary impression, blunting of cornices can be seen, ma'am.
Anything you want to substantiate your diagnosis further, or you want to go
Sir,
ahead with management?
No, ma'am. I would like to do a cystoscopy and cystoscopy with knowing the bladder capacity, and I would also like to see whether any RGP images have been done or not. Retrograde pyrography.
Why do you want RCP? Entire ureter is
Ma'am,
visualized.
yes, it is being visualized, but if any other features which we can see on the RGP,
What
like
else do you want? Okay, what more can you see? Everything is seen. What more do you want to see? And why do you want to do cystoscopy for capacity?
ma'am, our uretary qualifies whether factulous or not. It can be
Whether
visualized.
let it be factulous or let it be narrow, is your management going to change? Why do you want to do an investigation just for the sake of doing it? Haven't you got all the information here
Yes,
possible?
ma'am. Possible information is being present all in this CT scan.
What else is there that you want?
To know about the reflux, we can do a body spiritual.
How will that change the management?
Ma'am, if their reflux is being present, because we cannot, it's not being sure about the right side
Yeah,
also.
yeah. Suppose the same patient has reflux, the same patient doesn't have reflux. How does it change your management? I'm asking you that question. If you are justified, do it.
Seeing this picture, and if it's refluxing, then it is a grade 3 variety of reflux.
Let it be
Grade 3, then we can
four,
manage.
grade five.
If it is symptomatic, then we can manage it.
And what about that dilatation in the ureter? You can manage that symptomatically.
Or
Why is he having pain?
because of that dilatation, because it's going
Because the ureter is
updated
not coaptating. It's not draining properly.
RGP, if we will do RGP, then we can, if the contrast is going freely up, if narrowing is there, if we can introduce a guide where we introduce a 6 French ureteric, and we can do a balloon dilatation and we can see. Because it can be there. No,
This was the answer which was expected.
yes, ma'am.
And it is wrong. Patient has come with anatomical abnormality at the age of
35.
You want to do balloon dilatation and then keep on calling him every year?
That was just, I was just supporting the diagnosis.
Hey, Baba, just stick to your guns, man. Stick to your, be confident of what you want to do.
This is how you realize how you can give an exam.
Yes.
That you are not sure about what you have read, you are not sure of what you have seen. Such a patient, will you ever think of balloon
No, ma'am.
dilatation? Then why are you saying it? Just because examiner wants to take you for a ride, you can't go.
Yes.
You just have to stick to what you want to say rather than get vacillating here and there. No, I don't want this, I don't want that. Use all the corroborative evidence for and against, and then say, this is what I want to do.
What do you want to do?
Ma'am, I will operate on him, and we will do, in this case, we will do we will do excisional tapering of the distal and the mid ureter with modified Lish-Gregoire non-refluxing type of sonostomy, ureteroneocystotomy.
What are the other options?
Some other options are, if we go with the plication, then either a starch plication or calcium plication can be done, and then we can do anastomosis, ureteroneocystotomy.
After you do excision and plication, you will be able to read.
Yes. And can be reimplant. You can mobilize the bladder, and then you can take the bladder on that side. Because then it will not. I don't think it's diameter. Like the diameter is given the lower ureteric diameter. Approximately 1.5 or 1.5 centimeters might be there. 1.5 to 2 centimeters might be there. So it's such a dilated ureter. It requires some kind of
What about the bladder? Do you usually pre-operatively or you are happy with?
Ma'am, actual capacity is, it looks normal, somewhat elongated, but no lower ureter. So I will not evaluate. No any features suggested lower ureter for now.
What are the problems related to glycation and what are the problems related to oxygen output?
Ma'am, if we will do a plication and if it gets thick, then it has a problem. Plication, if we will do, then the anastomosis, when we do anastomosis, peritoneal anastomosis, then it causes problem at that time. And when we do a excision, it might hamper the blood supply of the remaining segment of the body. Has to be done in the lateral part. And reimplant, when you do a reimplant, after reimplantation, it can be a refluxing. We're trying to make it a tunnel, but due to some circumstances, it's not being done. Then there will be a source of iron, but it can get obstructed because the source of figure due to demand. From 20 to 20%, around 20% is the reflex. And the obstruction, 10 to 20% is different. Reflux they are given.
The reimplant.
Ten to 20%.
After we
परसेंटेज
ने दिया है हमारे टाइम से दिया है अभी कुछ नया नहीं आया है How will you follow?
Yes, we will do a stented ureteroneosis shortly in this case, and we will put a drain, put an abdomen. Okay. Then we will, after removal of this stent, we will do an ultrasonography at the 3 months, at the post surgery at the 3 months, and we will follow serially whether the direction.
Everybody
No, ma'am. If there is dilatation, if there seems to be some kind of dilatation in the lower ureter after a resection, then we will follow up, and we have to see, we have to check for the. In this patient, it seems that kidney is functioning. It is better. It is good. But if the kidney is also the parenchyma is thin, and we have done this surgery, then we have to follow. If we have done pre-operatively ATPS scan for the function of the kidney, then we have to follow with the ATPS scan.
Sir, any more questions, sir, from your side?
Ma'am, sir has gone to OT actually.
I think
Ma'am, sir is back.
I had to go and see a finding on a patient. One interesting. Anyway.
we're just discussing what are the
Yeah.
implications of reimplantation and how will you follow?
The classical POM, it is just that in these coronal images you are seeing that, but actually you will in some of these IVU films, what is most important is which film of the IVU will clinch the diagnosis.
Yes.
Which film of the IVU will clinch the diagnosis of POM, obstructed POM, obstructed megaureter, terminal end.
Delete.
Which film? Remember, which film of the IVU series? Which film of the IVU series will
Sir, delayed film, sir.
delayed film? What do you mean by delayed? 2 hours, 3 hours? You want the kidney to be functioning, no? If it is so delayed, it won't function properly. Huh? You see it in the post-evacuation film. Alright? Otherwise, what happens is the contrast is already there in the bladder. And the contrast in the bladder will overshadow the contrast which is coming from the ureter, from that side. So you won't know. So you empty the bladder and you will see, because this kidney is functioning poorer than the other side, and you will see that streak of contrast coming down and you see. Okay? So you see the classical POM. And at the time of cystoscopy, one of the findings that has been reported in some of the older textbooks is that nobody actually looks at the efflux, but you are expected to look at the efflux from each side. And you will see that the efflux from the side which has got the pathology is very little, very minimal efflux. And you will see that the orifice on that side is poorly developed. Alright? So when madam asks the finding, what are you finding in the cystoscopy? These are the things you will tell. You need corroborative evidence for your diagnosis of POM. So these are the findings that are there at cystoscopy. Otherwise, there is no need to do cystoscopy for him. Everything is clear with that. X-ray is there, color, no symptom, nothing wrong, finished. But if you are doing, then you do the RGU, you do a bulb ureterogram. Alright? You do what is called a Shevasu, so that you impact the orifice and you outline the lower ureter which is narrow. How will you make out between malignancy and primary obstructive megaureter?
Sir, the delayed films, we can, if it is...
No, in the RGP, we are talking of RGP now, sorry. How will you know that there is no malignancy here?
The filling defect will be seen in the malignancy.
It cannot be a filling defect. What is more important in the RGU? In the bulb ureterogram, what is more important to know? In the RGU, bulb ureterogram, you've heard bulb ureterogram? Have you heard of the term bulb ureterogram?
Have you seen a bulb catheter?
Baba, have you heard of this term bulb ureterogram? No, eh?
You're not seen? You're not seen, but...
Have you heard?
Sir, bulb is that there is a bulb and we have to close that orifice. We have to keep at that orifice and then we perform the procedure, RGP.
What sort of bulb is it?
Heard but not seen, sir.
Heard but not seen. So you go and find out. You look at types of ureteric. Again, you look at Donald Smith. He will show picture of all these ureteric catheters, all the Foley catheters, various types, shapes, sizes, everything are there. Look at it. Anyway. Okay. So this patient is primary of mega ureter. He had reimplantation, anti-reflux with tailoring. Okay. Go and read up about wide ureter or mega ureter. Classification, types. Yes. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.